Hey, you happy heads and headettes. How you doing? I'm Joel Martin, and I'm absolutely thrilled that you decided to click through and watch this today. Welcome to Help on the Way, Grateful Dead Guitar Instruction, or HOTWGDGI. And this is a fun little series that I'm doing in honor of Jerry Garcia's 80th birthday. I'm 3 videos in, and we're going to keep going until the first. And so let me know if you're enjoying this. Please comment and let me know some songs that you want to work on. I have a few ideas, but definitely down to see what you guys would be excited to learn. And subscribe to this channel, please. I play pedal steel. I try to keep it fun, whether it's guitar content or pedal steel content or Grateful Dead content. You can find it all here. There's hundreds and hundreds of hours of music here already. And let's see. So let's get into it. Let's have this deal go down. That's what we're going to do today. Deal. This is such an interesting song to me, and obviously a favorite in the Grateful Dead canon because from the time that it immediately came out as a live song for them, pretty much stayed current until the end of the deal. And of course, it's also one of the few Grateful Dead songs or songs that the Grateful Dead played that the Jerry Garcia band played too. And let's see, what's fascinating about it? How many things are fascinating about it? The great thing about Jerry Garcia, one of the many great things, is his ability to take influences from the past, whether it's blues or Tin Pan Alley or bluegrass, and synthesize it into through his own voice and make it something that's similar but special in its own weird way. And so this song was definitely written in the jazz standard or Tin Pan Alley way, in that it's a solid form. You know, once you get past the intro, there's the verse, there's sort of the hook at the end, you know, wait until that deal come around. And then there's the intro again, and that's the complete form of the song, and it just repeats on and on through the other verses, through the solos, until you get to the very end, and there's the big end jam on the 3 chords. You know, infinity. But let's see. The other thing that's interesting about this song is, of course, the first recorded version of it came out on Garcia, Jerry's solo record that he put out in 1971. He played all the instruments on it except for drums, which our wonderful Bill the drummer played. But it's just a great recording. Magic Times recording at Wally Hyder's studio. This album features incredible recordings of Birdsong, To Lay Me Down, The Wheel, Loser, you know, all songs that Jerry was writing in what I kind of consider his golden age renaissance, you know, between 1968 and 1972 for sure, you know, where him and Robert Hunter would write all the music that was out on Working Man's Dead, American Beauty, Oxymoxoa, the Garcia record, Europe 72, just so many classics in that special run. So this is a really fun song. Let's get into it. It's all basically centered around A7, you know, A Mixolydian, so probably key of D, but, you know, or A blues, however you like to think of that theoretically. But, you know, what's fun is that it's very much in the style of a jazz blues because there's the normal tension of a 1-4-5 movement, but then it's, you know, extended, you know, with all these other crazy little chord passages. So it starts on the A. But then as soon as you hit the next chord, you're hitting a C sharp 7, which of course is not in the key of A. The the major C sharp 7, it would be a C sharp minor if you were staying diatonic. But he has that little flavor, and that's because the next chord is an F sharp minor. So what you're really doing is you're using the C sharp as a setup chord to the minor. I mean, really the progression would be, you could do that, but Jerry's a lot more fun than that, so he does. And the F sharp is really just, sort of a inverted A chord anyway, and the next chord is the A chord. Just a different flavor. And then the first part of this phrase ends with a 4 chord, a D, and then a D sharp diminished chord, which is an incredible motion, because what happens is these two notes in the D sharp diminished, and this one too, really, but these two notes basically become an A chord, and this resolves down, so you have that. Isn't that great? And then the second part of the verse goes down to the F sharp 7 major, this time not minor, and then a B7, B major, not minor, as would be in the key of A. But you get that, and then this little chromatic walk to D, I'm sorry. So again, incredible motion, because in a D chord, you have that, and these two notes are in the B7, so you get that. And then it repeats the first phrase again. Then you're in the hook. Don't you let that, or wait till that deal come round. Don't you let that deal go down. No. And then you're in the intro. So now I'll go over the intro, because that also took on a life of its own over the years. On the record, he just is basically playing it like a little lick, almost like a little bass run or something. It's like. Just plays an open A on the 5th string, and then he's going to the major 3rd, but he puts that little grease on it, and you have the flat 3rd in the major 3rd. And then an E on the 4th string, and then an F sharp, and then an A up on the 3rd string. And then the second part of that is reaches his pinky out to the flat 7, the G on the 4th string, and then F sharp and E. And that would grow and change. Often he would just start with an A chord. And then what would happen in the 80s is that he kind of started working in that 3rd string A, and almost, doing a neat little finger-picky thing between them. So. And he would kind of hit that A octave as many times as he could, tastefully with the lick. So that happens one time through. And that's the entire form of the song, just like a standard, because jazz and that early Tin Pan Alley music, obviously they're songs to be sung with people, but also they're music for players, and when you're making songs for players to connect with, you want to give the musicians that you're playing with a clear map of what they're going to do and how they're going to play. So, you can take a song like even China Cat that has a lot of jamming, but, I'm thinking more in terms of like St. Stephen's or St. Stephen or, Black Throated Wind, songs, or Sugar Magnolia, songs that have a lot of complicated add-ons. There's the melody that we all sing and connect with, but then instrumentally they throw in all these odd bar phrases, just these little what I call landmines in the music that are made to be interesting, but not really made for musicians to connect with instantly and solo with, which is something that Deal is. Deal is made for musicians to solo over, and so that's what's really fun about it. And if you're talking about what to do, like I was saying, the A is sort of a A. You can do an A pentatonic, A major pentatonic. You can do a mixolydian. You can, throw in some little blues things. And then it goes to the C#7. And like I said, this is a dominant chord that's leading its way to the 6 minor. And so you can focus on the chord tones and then kind of add things that sound good to your ear. One thing that will not sound good is if you it won't sound really good is if you play that E flat there. That would kind of take it out of where you want to be. And then you would go to the F# minor. And then you can still do all your A licks over that. Any A pentatonic things you would do would sound great over that. Any of that stuff. And then you have another A. And then you have the D, which so D7, so you could play A blues over that. And then you have the D# diminished. And if you haven't worked with diminished chords before, diminished chords are symmetric chords. So, every other chord, pretty much, that we would ever talk about is made up, connected to scales over a series of half steps and whole steps. But diminished chords are always a minor third. Every note is a minor third apart. So, 1 half step, half step, half step, 3 half steps. Next note is going to be 3 half steps. Next note is going to be 3 half steps. And then the next note is going to be 3 half steps, and that's the octave. So, what's kind of fun about that from a guitar point of view is that you can take any lick that you want to do that's diminished with any group of notes and just move it around a minor third, fun stuff like that, and then resolve it to the A. Stuff like that. And then you have another A to the F#7. And that's a fun color because, we're playing an A, right? But an F#7 has A sharp as the third. So you get that neat. Then a B7, D, A, C, F, C#, sorry, and then the F# minor. Don't you wait until that deal come round. Don't you let that deal go down. No, no. And then you're back in the verse. So that is Deal. Let me know if you have any questions about it in the comments, or you can email me at iplaypedalsteel@gmail.com. And let me know how you're enjoying this series. It's a real fun pleasure to talk about Jerry Garcia music. So stick around for tomorrow's Help on the Way, Grateful Dead guitar instruction, or HOTWGDGI. Thank you.